Well, influence to me means earning trust with customers. At Amazon, we always start with the customer and we work backwards from there. A trend that stood out for me last year was certainly how companies in general are leaning into generative AI, and that's no different at Amazon. We firmly believe that generative AI is going to transform every customer experience. So as a part of our advertising process, as an example, we're using generative AI in many facets. Particularly, one area that we're excited about is how we're using it for creative development and reducing barriers to entry for brands of all sizes. So one product that we launched that last year was Image Generator. What this allows advertisers and marketers to do is, instead of using a product, like say a toaster on a white background, what it allows an advertiser to do is actually put it in the context of a lifestyle background, like a kitchen, and then you could put a croissant next to it. And when we do that, we see that click-through rates increase up to 40%. So that's one of the ways that we feel that new brands, small brands, and brands of all sizes can reach new audiences. One of our goals is to invent on behalf of customers. So one example of doing this last year was that for Canadian population in particular, we were really proud to launch Prime Hockey Night in Canada. We know that Canadians are very passionate about hockey and hockey culture. In fact, 74% of Canadians believe that it's part of their cultural identity. This audience is also really unique in that 51% of the audience actually feels they will not have cable or has already cut their cable in the last year. So reaching this audience was a perfect fit for Amazon and for its advertising customers. What's interesting about the example of our launch of Prime Monday Night Hockey is the intersection of customer interests with advertiser interests, and that those needs can really be aligned. I think that I would just come back to leaning into emerging trends like generative AI and inventing on behalf of customers. So one way that we're doing that as well is the launch of SQL Generator in our Amazon Marketing Cloud. Amazon Marketing Cloud is a tool that we give access to customers to have transparency and control over their measurement strategy. And in doing so, they can build new audiences, they can dive deep into customer journeys, and really activate those audiences pretty seamlessly. Now, what SQL Generator allows you to do is you don't need any ability to code. And so it's a simple, natural language query based on AI that allows you to generate code using simple language. So as an advertiser could say, build me an audience that has been to my product page, that has not seen my display ad, but seen my video ad and hasn't purchased a product. And from that, the audience would be built and the advertiser could activate against that across channels. For Amazon in particular, the two that would stand out to me are trust. Everything we do is about earning trust for customers. We have a philosophy of customer centricity, so working backwards from the customer, trying to anticipate what their needs and pain points are, even before they might even know what those pain points are. Secondly, I think we would call leading edge invention and innovation. And I think how these two dimensions are linked for us is that we invent on behalf of customers. And so it's always about our customer first and invention for them. I think the impact and pace of innovation of generative AI and its impact on our advertising business was interesting and wowed me. I think just the complexity of how consumers are continuing to shop and browse and make purchasing decisions. They're switching seamlessly between devices across multiple channels. And it is interesting to me that that continues to get more complex and in many facets is changing the way that we work as advertising partners to marketers. A couple that are of note is that the first one is don't wait for someone else to solve your problems. I like that a lot. It speaks to the ownership culture that we have at Amazon, the day one mentality that we have. Another one that is personal to me is that if you're the smartest person in the room, you're likely in the wrong room. Seek to be curious, seek to constantly be learning, and challenge yourself to think differently about problems or challenges.